Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also now on YouTube on the Cruise Control Podcast Network. I'm joined by a great friend of mine, as always. I am Danny Blanco on Twitter and Instagram. Danny Blanco, my man, how you doing?
You know the vibes. What's going on? How's everything?
Doing good. If you're watching on YouTube, the man below right here, David Zenon, collegiate trainer for college athletes and NBA athletes. DZ, my man, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, man? How you guys doing?
Great.
Good, man. Can't complain. Good to see you. Happy New Year. Wish you and the family all the best going forward in 2021. It's been a while. I know me and you've been trying to get on this podcast for about 2 weeks, maybe a month now. You're always busy, which I get. I understand. But
Busy
you are
man.
finally here, brother. You are finally here.
Yeah, I was taking a sabbatical. I was chilling.
There it is.
So I got, me and Dennis got you on for a very interesting show. So there's always a debate who the best players from each franchise are, and top 3, top 5, top 2. We're gonna get into that in a few seconds, but I want to let the fans know. As I mentioned, you are a collegiate and NBA athlete trainer. You've been doing it for quite some time. Just kind of let the people know how long you've been doing it, who you work with, and what kind of got you into this profession.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it for the last 5 years now. A little bit less than 5, but man, it's been a crazy ride, man. But I work primarily with just bigs in the league. As people can see on my Twitter, at David Zenon1. You can follow it, but working with Serge Ibaka and Mason Plumlee and a bunch of other guys that have either come from Duke or high level programs. Like, I've been able to be blessed with these to work with these guys. Also guys from Kentucky and whatnot. So it's kind of cool to just be around them and get to know them. But for the most part, as I said, I work with a lot of NBA bigs and wings. So it's been a cool ride, man. But yeah, man, 5 years in the game so far.
Nice. Denny?
5 years in the game, and what the training? What got you into training? What exactly was the spark?
I was working out kids for a very long time, so you don't make a lot of money working with. Well, back then, we're talking like 2013 going into 2014, working with kids. The training wasn't big like it is now. So
right.
you weren't really making money. So
right.
Personal training and doing things like that. So I wasn't making a lot of money, pretty broke. So I got hit up by one young man. He says, "Hey, I want to make my varsity basketball team." I'm like, "Sure, I really need the money because you get down to like $475 in your account. It gets rough." So I asked the young man to just bring some, $50 cash to the workout and see what's up. He had a great workout. His parents, hired me. They said, they wanted me to work him out, full time. Pops was nice enough to ask what I wanted to do with my career. I told him I want to work in the NBA. I want to work with, the Knicks or some sort of franchise. And long story short, they have a family member who was connected. He introduced me to some pretty great people. Started working the shot clock for the Westchester Knicks. Okay. And I just networked like crazy. Mm-hmm. And, just it's a long story, man, but trust me, I just was able to get lucky enough where I met certain players from the Knicks where their agents had connections and represented Serge Ibaka. And they asked me one day, "Hey, do you want to work out Serge Ibaka tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Oh, like literally tomorrow." And they're like, "Yeah, if he likes you, he likes you. If he doesn't, that's it." So
audition, let's get it.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. And by now though, I trained like guys in the Euro League and like dudes getting ready for pre-draft, but it wasn't anybody like with his cachet in the league. You know what I mean? So it was nerve-wracking, man. It was nervous. So, but we had a great summer. We had a really great summer, and Randy's been able to help me, rebound for him. So, I'm telling you, he's in great shape. Catching the rebound. It's cool. But it's been cool to learn from him. He has a trainer from Spain named Hugo Lopez, great guy, really knowledgeable. So like being able to work with him and getting Serge and his game better. And then, as I said, I also work with, Mason Plumlee. I've worked with all 3 Plumlee brothers, but, just being able to be around those guys in like the Duke program because of them it's been cool, and it's led to my relationships with, other guys from the league, and, Zion and RJ, all these guys. So it's been cool. It's been really cool. So
I would imagine word of mouth is very important in your line of business.
yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not one of those guys. I don't post a lot on my Instagram. Like, if you follow me, as I said, on Twitter or Instagram, I don't post a lot of videos. I don't post when I hang out with guys. I'm not like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I love that.
Some guys like their privacy,
Yes.
but it's great. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just some guys, certain clients, like, let's be quiet. Let's do this. Like, we're going to work and we'll just do whatever. But if there was ever a time where guys were like, hey, let's record this or let's do that, I'm with it. So I'm just here, whatever helps the guys out in the long run, I'm here for it.
And I'm pretty sure you take some sort of joy where obviously when NBA players work out and train, they do the same things that they already know how to do. So I know you are a guy that I've seen up close and personal, have worked with guys that to work with them on stuff that they don't really know how to do well. And then obviously when you watch the games on TV and they do a move or a jump shot that you taught them, you're like, man, that was me. So I assume you get some sense of joy that you are teaching these guys something brand new and they're actually doing it on the court.
Yeah, it's like the whole basis of training is these guys are obviously way better than me. They're way better than all the trainers that are in the game. But by the same token, like, we see something different than what they do on a day-to-day basis. So you're like, hey, let's tweak this, or like, the things that you're great at already, we're not going to continue to work on it as much as those things that you're trying to improve on. And you could see like development in anybody's game, like year by year, and how much they, grow based off of the type of work that you put in, but the science behind it. Because if I wanted to break down somebody's shot, it's not this. Not everybody's going to shoot the same. Not everybody's going to be able to play in the same system, and that's really big for me. And like, Randy could attest to this. Like, working out with Serge is something where it's really detail oriented. There's no, I just want to shoot like 100 shots today, and like, just because it goes in doesn't mean that it's a good shot. You know what I mean? So it's like those little things where, we might have a day where it's like the shot doesn't count if it hits rim. You're trying to become real meticulous with, the 3 fingers you use for your shooting and like footwork, all that type of stuff. And it's grown. I mean, he's shooting 40% from 3, man. He's like, looking pretty good out there. And like all my guys, their jump shots have, gotten much better. So it's I'm pretty happy about that, man. It's pretty cool.
Benny?
Yeah, listen, and then you deal with players also too, where there has to be some sort of a shift in ego to listen to someone, educate them, or possibly give them a jewel that may take them to a next level. Talk about that a little bit, because you mentioned that, with Serge, you were like, oh my God, it's a little trepidatious because this is the first time dealing with NBA caliber, that level. But when you get there and you're stuck there because you've done it once. So now you're there at every level. Talk about that ego conversation.
The first time is very difficult. Like, not difficult because you're scared. I was more excited because, listen, as I said, at this point, I've already networked with, to get to that point, I had to basically muster up confidence I'm talking like I would hand out business cards or like have resumes in my book bag.
There you go.
In the arena.
There you go.
And, when you work shot clock for any organization, I was doing the G League, but like the funny thing is like Langston Galloway was there. So Langston and I always had a little pregame, game routine right before tip. You come in, everybody gets a fist bump, but, we did our little handshake thing. But you develop that rapport with the guy, then he's like, he'll ask you questions about how you doing with your family, like whatever. So anyway, the reason why I mentioned that is because when I first got involved with just working around MSG altogether, like Porzingis got drafted to the Knicks. His brother, he tweeted that his brothers needed a gym. And they were like, we need a gym in White Plains, does anybody have a gym? And I'm like, I got one. So I tweeted him. I sent him my number. I'm like, look, man, like whatever you need, like I could rebound, I could do whatever.
Tweets work. Tweets work.
It's so listen, man. It's like you scared money don't make no money. You know how that term goes. So it's like I always believe in something like fate loves the fearless, bro. You got to just go out there and be like, hey, this is what I got to do on a day-to-day basis with this player for him to get better. Then I'm gonna have to tell him something he might not want to hear. And like Serge, the first couple of times we worked out, sure, I was like, yeah, like we could, let's try to do, like, there is no try to do this today. Like now it's like, I want to improve my ball handling. I want to improve my shot from the left wing. Like, this is what I want to do. So you're going to have to write something up. Best believe when I come in there, I have a voice now. You know what I mean? Like, there is no, we should try to do this. We're not trying nothing. This is what we're going to do.
Facts.
Right. I hear that. And Dennis, real quick, I seen this live. Like, I try to write down everything that Dave did. So let's say one day, God forbid, I was a trainer. I'd be like, I'm going to copy everything Dave did.
Right.
Like 25 threes from here, 25 top the key.
Yeah.
He'll have Serge shoot 3 fingers right by the basket to make sure, like, yo, bro, this shit was insane. And like, but like in an hour and a half, like it's cool to see, regardless of who they are, an NBA player tell Dave, you know what, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Dave say we're doing, I bet we're doing it. For how long? I got you. Like, it's never, no, I want to do this, I want to do that. You might tweak things here and there, but it's never to a point where like they feel like they're above him.
So, Randy, it's a science. These guys are David, the guys in this field of training, they're scientists. They're literally taking the sport and breaking it down so they can, they can see your weaknesses, they can see your strengths, and then obviously, correct them as they go along. So these guys are not to be, looked at as they're beneficial to the basketball ecosystem, if you will.
Yeah, they're gonna smell out BS real quick. Because if you don't watch film or you don't know what you're talking about, like they're gonna be like, this isn't what I do during the season. Like, I tell guys, like, and as I said, like, whoever's rebounding for me and guys that I know that besides Randy that have helped me rebound for these players, I'll tell them before we start the workout, yo, this is what we have today. And the Raptors run this. When Serge is on the Raptors, like, this is their offense and this is what they're going to do. And I'm going to be such and such today and blah, 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 whatever. And like, this is what the Nuggets do, or this is what the Knicks do, or this is what the Lakers do. Like, this is like every guy that I work with, like, I know that their offense is going to put them in a situation that they have to feel most comfortable in.
You're sharing a jewel. You're sharing a jewel where I've seen trainers put their students through, the people they're training through a series of steps, and I'm just like, that would never happen in the game. You feel me? That would never happen in the game, as opposed to you just literally having set plays that maybe are run during the high school game, college game, NBA game. You have set plays that, okay, this is the play that gets me open off a screen. So maybe I should try doing counters off of that, and then also doing the actual coming off the screen, catching a jump shot, So
the science is totally different for college guys and pros guys, because college guys, the floor is much smaller. So for all my college guys, I tell them, the college guys, I tell them this, like, you could do a pro workout with pro, timing and tempo and all this other stuff, but you're going to get 2 to 3 dribbles max. There is no none of that, because you're going to end up facing a zone, or you're going to end up facing, more help side quicker than you would get at the pro level, because things aren't spaced out as much. And I'm not trying to demean their teammates or anything, but you're not going to deal with the caliber of player at all of 4 other positions than you will at the NBA. So what I'm going to do is, for this workout, you only get 2 dribbles per spot, blah, 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 blah. Like that's how it changes for each player in each system. And it goes a long way, man.
Very great point. Very great point, David. Very great point.
So, Danny, if you want to work on your jump shot, call my man right here.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. My jump shot is pretty cray. I mean, to be honest with you, like, let's be honest. Like, there's Curry, there's Curry,
and then there's Danny.
There's Kyle Korver, And then Danny.
All right. I'm gonna have to see this one.
Yo, before I move on, the funniest part, man, like I seen, Dave had the pads, and like for the workout, he had to like play defense on Ibaka
Yeah. Oh,
or take a charge, like boom, boom, like
he's getting thrown around.
bro. Serge one move, pow. Dave was like right on the court. I look back, he's like on the behind the basket.
I was like, wait, that's what type of time we're on, huh?
Hey, how tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
How heavy are you, if I may ask?
255.
Randy, did you hear what he just said? 6'3",
like a running back.
255.
Mhm.
And Serge was like,
And I mean, I'm not fat. That's the thing. Like this is a bunch of muscle.
He works out.
And when he hit me for that one, I was like, "Oh, you're warmed up, bet." And I got rid of that. All right.
Yo, Danny,
we woke up.
if I was a ref,
Other way. Hey,
charge.
hey,
Going that way.
hey, he took one for the team.
Yeah, man.
We're chatting with NBA and collegiate skills trainer David Zenon, who's on Twitter at David Zenon1. Also, Denny Blanco. I am Denny Blanco. Instagram and Twitter. Randy J. Cruz. R-A-N-D-Y. Letter J. C-R-U-Z on both Instagram and Twitter. So, Dave, real quick. Also, you are in the retro room, so we know we talk about throwback stuff, throwback topics, what ifs, and all that. You've been on the show before, I believe, once or twice. So today we have the topic of trying to figure out who are the top 2 players from each NBA franchise in the franchise history. So there could be some arguments. There could be some real quick right away, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be entertaining. I do really want to see which ones you guys disagree with. So that's why we are here.
Cool.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's go in alphabetical order. Atlanta Hawks, top 2 players in Atlanta Hawk history.
Dominique.
That's one.
Dominique. Yep.
Number 2, history.
That's the hard part.
Atlanta.
Spud
Webb. You can name another player.
Who was in the running?
Pistol Pete. Wasn't he a Hawk?
I believe so. But do you associate Pistol Pete as a Hawk or Utah Jazz?
That's what I was about to ask you.
But even with Utah, he may not even get that nod in Utah for top 2.
He's not. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give Pistol to Atlanta. Go ahead.
We'll
give Pistol to Atlanta. Yeah.
All we had was
Vince
Pistol.
Carter.
Vince Carter. Yikes.
That's my man. I love Vince Carter.
Oh no, Vince is dope.
But I know what team he's on. Pistol Pete for me. I gotta go with that.
All right, I'll
think Bob Pettit, but I like Pistol Pete.
I go with that.
All we had was Pistol, Spud Webb, Mutombo.
Oh, Mutombo, but
What? He's more Denver. You think he's more Denver?
He's more Denver because of the playoff win.
Okay. All right. So we got Pistol and Dominique. All right, Boston.
All time. Bird.
Oh, come on. I got Bill. I'm going Bill Russell. I'm not.
Oh, Bill.
OG. I gotta go with OG.
Okay, that's fair. Bird and Russell. That's fair.
He got 11 rings.
That's Kuzi knocking on the door of the honorable mention. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kuzi, McHale, Paul Pierce would have been in consideration.
Down the line, Paul. You down the line, baby.
But I agree with.
Got to wait his turn.
Bill
Bird was a bad man. Bird was just.
Yeah. No. It's not even a question.
Okay, so we got Brooklyn / New Jersey Nets.
Oh man,
Drazen Petrovic.
That what's crazy? I was gonna say that just because I'm a big fan of. I mean, I love him, man. He was
Drazen Petrovic of all time. That Drazen Petrovic for me.
Or
Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd.
Who we got? Kidd.
Dr. J was an ABA net.
There you go. Not an NBA.
Not
and
NBA.
He's more Philly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
But Jason Kidd and
Drazen.
And Drazen
Because as good as Derek Coleman was, and
He wasn't Drazen.
and Kenny A.
Kenny A wasn't even on Drazen. No. It's like saying,
Drazen Petrovic, in my opinion, is the greatest. He was the greatest shooter of all time, in my opinion. Like this,
ooh, talk to me.
I mean, nah, but I mean, Steph is now. But I'm saying, like, if Drazen was able to have his whole career,
yeah, Drazen. I mean, Drazen. Yeah, I don't know if Drazen's going to be.
quick.
Yeah, I don't think Drazen's going to be able to do what Steph was.
No.
You know, Steph is right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I give Steph the nod of all time shooter of all time. But yeah, Drazen was crazy.
I'm just talking mechanics and like
Copy.
Got rid of that thing so quick, bro.
Fast in the hurry.
Crazy.
Jordan, Google YouTube Jordan Drazen.
I watched, and he was talking to Jordan, but we're not going to go there.
The whole game. Come get some. Come get some.
So we got J Kid and Drazen. All right. Charlotte Hornets.
Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning goes with Miami. He's more Miami.
No, he's more Charlotte.
You think so? Yeah, you think so, right?
No.
I mean, after Grandmama,
Charlotte. Kimba?
So,
Glenn Rice, Kemba Walker.
Glenn was tough in Charlotte.
I'm going to go Kemba Walker, actually, because he's the all-time.
Yeah, Kemba. So we go Kemba, Grandmama. That's good for me.
Kemba, right, Grandmama.
Yeah, that's
I
good
agree. I don't know about this one. Chicago Bulls.
Steve Kerr.
What's
Steve Kerr and
what's Scott
Scott Burrell and Randy Brown.
Myers. Definitely Myers.
Jordan Pippen, man. All right. Cleveland, LeBron, and who else? Cavaliers.
Mark Price. There you go. I like that.
Hey,
I like that.
Look up Mark Price, kids. I'm telling you.
Please do. I like that.
Gave Iverson the business.
Like that.
He gave everybody. He gave a lot of
people. No. Everybody. He was giving people the business. Absolutely.
Ron Harper didn't get hurt. He would have been up there over Mark. But
Mark Price is one of the most underrated point guards in any decade.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shoot, facilitate. His handle was low key crazy good. Like that was a bad man. Mark Price was a bad man.
Yes, sir.
Hold up. Writing something down real quick. All right. At the Cleveland, we got the Dallas Mavericks. So Dirk and who else?
The big German Dallas. Wow. The big German. Jamal?
Or Mashburn? No.
Adrian Dantley there?
I believe Adrian Dantley was there.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, then it would have to go to Dirk.
I know Dantley was it Utah and Detroit, right?
Detroit for sure.
Yeah, Detroit for sure. Mike Finley was nice for a while, but
Mike Finley was one of the good. He had a good run. But all time Dallas,
Jimmy Jackson was tough there.
But was he as tough as Monster Mash though?
I don't think they stayed long.
I know Mash wasn't there long, but when he was there,
I mean, you got
who was giving? I mean, who was as good as Monster Mash or Dirk when they were in Dallas? That's my thing. The best player in the town at that time.
You might have to go a little. You might have to go retro. You might have to go like a Mark Aguirre, Derek Harper,
maybe. But they weren't on a level of Mash.
Aguirre was tough there.
Aguirre was tough. Aguirre was on a level of Mash. Aguirre was right there.
Is it too early to say Luka Doncic?
No.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
David, no.
You want to talk about a bad man? Like
David, no. That Randy.
Come
on now.
You know me, I'm team Luka. I'm team
that boy's been playing like that. The playing right now. The way he's playing he's been playing like that since 12. Okay.
So you want to put
like he plays like he got nowhere to go. He's just like, all right, I'm here.
You want to put Luka there right now?
I do. It's funny, but it's Dirk and whoever else. Mike Finley. You could put Finley there. You could put
Steve
Nash in there for a little bit. Yeah, Nash. I mean you can rotate those people.
But Nash might be a different team too.
Phoenix, I get you.
So,
I get you.
all right, so we got Dirk and
Just put Dirk and Mike. Put Dirk and Mike Finley.
Mike Finley.
Yeah, just put Dirk and Mike.
You good with that, Dave? Mike Finley?
Yeah, I'll rock with that. Yeah,
It's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. Now,
Yeah,
now I'm thinking because Mashburn was.
You feel me? That's what I said earlier. I said Monster Mash was a problem.
But
Was he
we're
not?
down. We're
but
down.
but Finley was like a lifelong. Finley was there. He was a
All
lifelong.
right. Could you stop Finley? You know what I'm saying? Could you stop Finley? Maybe. Could you stop Monster Mash though? No. Come on.
He was
All right.
tough.
He was
Yeah,
tough.
he was. I thought he was the best three that Dallas has ever seen. Monster Mash in Dallas.
Was he an all-star in Dallas?
I don't believe so. I have to Google.
I know Finley was, and Aguirre.
I just know my eyes. My eyes don't lie.
That's a tough.
My eyes don't lie.
Yeah.
Because there's never been a consistent number of guys that come through that organization that besides Dirk that you'd be like, oh, he would have been crazy on any other team. But Mashburn was. But
Mashburn, you put him on any team in his prime.
yeah, he was phenomenal. Yeah. He was
All right,
phenomenal.
so we got Dirk and what? Jamal. You want Jamal?
All right, Dirk and Jamal. We'll go with that. All right.
Denver Nuggets. I know.
Carmelo Anthony.
That's right.
Carmelo Anthony and
Carmelo Anthony
David Thompson.
and David Thompson. Okay.
Alex English, I like,
Alex English, yeah.
but
Mutombo.
Tumbo's honorable mention.
yeah, David was different.
Yeah, David Thompson.
David put up. But wait, David was he NBA Nuggets or he was ABA Nuggets?
That might have been ABA.
Might be.
I think he was ABA.
Oh, so yeah, so that mean Melo and Alex English is fine.
Yeah, Alex English because
Yeah, Melo.
Kiki was up there, but
Yeah,
Alex was.
Alex was no joke. Yeah.
Detroit.
Isaiah.
Mm,
In the running is Dumas, I would assume. In the running. Trying to think of anybody else.
This is tough. You know why?
Chauncey Rip.
Yeah,
and
you know,
Wallace.
because they won 2-2. You feel me?
No, they got one. They got
Oh,
one.
the
we got one.
They went to two.
They got one. Okay. I'm not mad with Isaiah and Chauncey.
The irony is, how many times? I mean, I would think if you're talking accolades too, and the culture. I mean, it was a short run, but I like Ben.
Ben Wallace.
I mean, he was like what? He won that defensive player two times.
I like Isaiah and Ben. I'm not mad with Isaiah and Ben. I'm not mad with Isaiah and Dumas. I'm not mad with Isaiah and Chauncey.
Chauncey, yeah, I like.
I'm not mad. Yeah, I'm not mad at any of those. All time, Detroit. I'm not mad.
But the first thing you think of when you think of Detroit,
I think Isaiah and Dumas.
Isaiah. I think of and then obviously the Fro.
Grant Hill. Grant Hill. Ooh, that changed everything just now. Grant Hill.
I'm gonna go with that one. Actually, you're right. Good call.
Isaiah Grant.
Because I keep,
Isaiah Grant. Ding ding.
If it wasn't for the injuries, man.
Oh, for one, if his one ankle worked, just Black Jesus needed to give him just one working ankle. That ball would have been, oh my goodness.
Grant with a problem.
Whew.
So we got Isaiah Grant Hill for Detroit. Our Golden State Warriors.
Go Steph.
Steph and Chris Mullin.
Rick Barry.
Wilt. Wilt's more of a.
Yeah.
Forget the numbers he put up there at Golden State, but But nah, I'd say. Yeah, let's go with Rick and
You go Rick Steph? Or Rick Chris?
No, I think
Steph's got to be.
So Steph has got to be there, and then Steph and Rick. Not Chris Mullin.
You got man, they had Mitch Richmond, they had Chris Mullin, they had
Sprewell, C. Webb, Tim Hardaway.
So Chris. So we Steph. We doing Steph and who? Steph and who? Randy. You already confirmed.
I,
That's easy. Steph and Rick.
I'm trying to figure out, is Will gonna make a roster?
He's not.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not.
But he should.
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of players that should definitely make, outside looking in for sure. But
they gave it to Will. Will or Rick Barry? Who you got?
Neither one of them got a ring, right? From Golden State, or Wilt got one? No,
I don't think so.
No, I'm giving it to Rick strictly off the underhand free throw. Strictly because of that, I'm putting him there. That's
right.
me.
So we got Rick Barry.
I like Rick.
Rick Barry and Steph. It is. The Houston Rockets. I think it's Olajuwon and Harden.
Who?
Harden. James Harden.
Yeah, all time. Yeah, that's easy. That's pretty easy.
Anybody else?
That's pretty easy. Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Okay. Indiana Pacers.
Reggie.
And
Reggie.
Our part.
Reggie
and Danny Granger.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Oh no.
Davis. Oh no. Davis. Oh no.
He's good. Danny Granger was good, but no.
Yeah. So,
I said Jermaine O'Neal.
That's a good one. Rick Smith, I think, is a good one too.
Reggie and Rick.
Rick Smith over Jermaine O'Neal.
I always thought Rick Smith
was a problem.
Rick Smith was way better than Jermaine O'Neal. Way better than Jermaine O'Neal. Rick Smith was giving David Robinson problems, Patrick Ewing problems. He was giving big men that were Hall of Famers. He was giving them the business.
There's no other pacer that we can think of.
No.
Travis
Jackson.
Travis Best. Come on.
Mark Jackson had a good.
He got a good
run.
Yeah,
Mark Jackson
had a good run, but all time though. All time. Chuck Person.
No, just
Chuck Person. Yeah.
I
like Chuck. I like Chuck Person, but all time, yeah, Jermaine O'Neal, Rick Smith, or Reggie. One of those three.
Paul George. You put Paul George there?
No.
There's nothing consistent. Like,
no.
You knew Reggie was doing something in the playoffs, and you knew Rick was giving you something in the playoffs.
Facts every time. You didn't know
I think it's down to Rick Smith or Jermaine O'Neal.
Yeah, that's fine. That's either one. I don't have
the fans can decide. They're gonna write it down. They could be like,
yeah,
Rick Smith or Jermaine O'Neal. Let the fans decide that one. That's
I don't mind either or.
LA Clippers. Yeah, this might take a while.
Wow, the best LA Clipper I've seen, Danny Manning.
Easy consideration. Elton Brand could be up there.
I put Blake and Manning.
Blake and Manning's fair to me. Absolutely.
Manning over E Brand, Dave.
Danny Manning would eat Brand for breakfast.
I don't know about that one.
Yo, E Brand was tough, bro.
Brand was.
Listen to me. Brand was.
That's family. I gotta be careful.
No, let me talk about it now. Let's talk about it, David. Now.
That's family.
Let's talk about it, David. No. We put the dookie down the post. Eat you all day. Hamburgers for galore. I get you. But Danny Manning was pulling you out there. Danny Manning was doing it on the post and on the wing. Am I wrong?
Danny Manning was I put Danny Manning there. I put Danny Manning and Blake. That's my. I love E, and I love. Yeah. I'm not trying to get any texts later on being like.
No beef. It's all love, all debates. We're talking about great players too, by the way, which is interesting. Dave, you know what's funny too? Is it's like, pick between LeBron and Kobe, and then it's just like, if I pick LeBron, that means I hate Kobe. It's like you're picking two greats already.
They're great. Manning and Blake. That's my answer.
Okay. Speaking of Kobe, LA Lakers. You can go many ways with this.
I'm gonna go with Kobe and Matt. Oh,
See? Ooh. Got Kobe, got Magic, got Shaq, got Kareem, got Wilt. You pick a two.
No, it's easy for me. Kobe and Magic.
Damn,
I'm gonna go with Kareem.
Kareem and
Kobe.
Okay.
Just
Wow.
Kareem's still all-time leading scorer. He got 6.
That's fair.
The most, and that move is unstoppable to this day. So it's not.
For me, I'll do Magic and Kobe.
and
There's
Kobe.
no whatever to Kareem. I might have seen Magic more than Kareem. I couldn't really appreciate Kareem's games. I was so young. I just recall Magic more, So I mean, you can't go wrong either way. It's just a matter of
keep it funky. Keep it funky. The hook shot's not exciting for you. Just keep it funky. The hook shot doesn't get riled up. Just keep it funky.
Yeah, Magic was the best point guard ever, but I'm just going. Who does what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like who's able to score and do what?
right.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And I love Magic though. That's my favorite point guard ever. But that's a tough one for me.
Okay, Memphis Grizzlies.
Pau Gasol and what?
Zach Randolph.
I'm gonna go with Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Vancouver Grizzlies. There you go. Yeah. I like that.
Pau Gasol and Sharif.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim was giving people problems. He was giving people problems.
I'm trying to think though. Sharif over Zebo.
Steve Francis.
In my opinion, yes. I mean, Zebo is just
Zebo's
Denny. How about your boy Mike Conley? How about him?
Nah,
That's your boy, right? The same guy you said was better than Kimba last decade. That guy.
It's a long conversation. I don't want to get into it right now. It's a little short. I love you, Kimba. I love you with all my heart. But
he put Mike Conley above Kimba for last decade.
All right, you said it. You said that twice now. So I don't know if you're trying to, incite a riot or I love everyone. The fact remains.
There might have to be a part 2 to this one. There's a part 2 to this one.
But see the pattern because he picked Toronto over Boston last year in the playoffs. And who was on the Boston Celtics? Kimba Walker.
All right, Randy.
Eddie, you're from the Bronx, right? That's crazy, bro.
When you stop turning the knife, let's get back to this.
All right, Miami Heat. D Wade. And
LeBron James.
LeBron, damn.
Yes.
No Alonzo? You gonna put Alonzo there?
I hate to say it.
No, David's absolutely right. Yes.
All right.
Right.
D Wade, LeBron. Milwaukee Bucks.
Giannis. And
Big O?
No, there's who played for Milwaukee back in the day was
the Big O.
Big O. Oscar Robertson and
Big O.
You put Kareem there?
Oscar Robertson and
those are the 3.
Kareem was there, but he
Oscar and Giannis.
He was so tough. He was tough in Milwaukee.
You gonna put Giannis there?
Oscar and Giannis.
Ray Allen was
there. I was thinking about that too.
I mean, even then, big dog ain't do would be.
Yeah, Glenn Robinson wasn't doing what Giannis is doing, so I'm gonna go with
Big O and Giannis.
Might have to go that route.
All right, Minnesota, Kevin Garnett and Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota, Kevin Love, Steph, but Steph didn't stay that long though. I think Kevin Love is more.
Kevin Love is more established than
So that
Kevin Love,
Tom Gugliotta, Kevin Love,
never.
Kevin
Zerbiak.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Kevin Love, Kevin Love and Kevin Garnett, the 2Ks. That's it.
New Orleans Pelicans / New Orleans Hornets.
Pelicans, right?
Man. Anthony Davis.
And Chris Paul.
Davis and Chris Paul. 2 best players that ever put on a New Orleans uniform.
I'm gonna go that route. Yep.
Yeah.
Bet. All right, Dave, you're up. New York Knicks. Oh yeah.
Pat and
Mm.
Patrick and Walt. Patrick and Walt. Got to go with them. I was gonna say either Bradley, but
Earl Monroe,
Earl Monroe, DeBuscher.
Willis Reed.
Nah, Will. I'm gonna go with Walt. Walt
And
and Patrick. Patrick and Walt. Got to go with those two.
same Dennis,
Close
Patrick and Walt.
Cosign.
All right. OKC Thunder
Kevin Durant, Westbrook.
and Westbrook. Orlando Magic.
Shaq
You going Penny?
and Penny.
No love for Dwight. Just throwing
No
out.
love for Dwight or Tracy.
Oh, T Mac. Ooh.
T-Mac was tough, but Penny was
All right.
different.
Who had a better career with the Magic, Penny or T Mac? But you know what? I would say Penny because he made to the finals.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
There you
All
go.
right.
Shaq and Penny. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
T-Mac, I'm sorry, Penny, Shaq and Penny for Orlando.
Shaq and Penny, yeah.
Philly, AI, and we're going Dr. J.
AI, Dr. J.
Dr. J. Yep.
That's it.
Because I was thinking about Moses, but
Yeah.
Dr. J also has a ring too. So
Yeah.
it's not like, I mean, they were on the same team, but it's like that's a hard
Splitting hairs.
splitting hairs at that one.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix Suns,
Charles Barkley
Steve Nash.
and Steve Nash.
Oh, see Dave's face.
Sorry,
Yeah.
KJ. Sorry, Tom Chambers. Sorry, Oliver Miller. Sorry. Sorry, all these.
Sorry,
Marion. Sorry, Sean
Sean
Marion.
Marion, Joe Johnson. Oh, listen.
Amari.
Sorry, Amari.
Marley,
Charles Barkley and Steve
Danny
Nash.
Ainge, all of them.
Danny
Nah, I'm gonna go with Nash and Barkley.
Portland.
Clyde Drexler.
I'm saying Dame Lillard.
You
Can't
know,
go wrong with that.
Brandon Waugh.
Brandon Roy.
That's what I meant.
That's tough because I know he got hurt, but it's like
I've never seen that body of work was enough for me. That small smidgen body of work from Brandon was enough to me. For me, when you
more than Dame. Denny.
more than Dame during that time when it was more physical.
When that West was
Talk about it,
a
David.
different type of West.
Talk about it, David.
No,
So
I
Kobe's in a
get it. I
blender.
know it.
Kobe's in a blender. Vroom vroom.
I just wish it's crazy. Like I've never seen anybody's knee like
Give out. Just
he had 3 years where no one could stay in front of this man.
none. No one. No one. And could pull from deep.
He was posting guys up, like and pulling up from deep. He was
the ultimate two guard that we've ever seen.
So you're going. Ooh, see.
For Portland.
we gotta keep it moving on that one.
Yeah.
For Portland.
Go Portland.
I got Clyde
Yes.
I got Clyde and B. Roy.
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
Dave, you got Clyde and B. Roy or Clyde and Dame or anybody else that we're forgetting? Rasheed Wallace. Anybody else?
Bowie.
Damn. It's tough.
I think Dame and Clyde. B. Roy is like right behind Dame. That's the best I can do.
Dame hasn't been hurt like that, so maybe I'm gonna have to go that route. Although I love Brandon Roy though. Like I just wish his knee was never bad, man.
You and me both.
Sacramento.
Chris Webber.
Sacramento Kings.
Chris Webber and Mitch Richmond.
It's tough.
That's
Talk to me.
Mitch Richmond in Sacramento was
a problem.
Webber and Mitch Richmond.
Okay, Denny. Okay.
What I'm doing, baby.
4 more. San Antonio. Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan and Dave Robinson. Yeah.
Manu Ginobili.
And Tim? Damn, David. David Robinson, not David.
Manu over who?
Tim Duncan and Manu, in my opinion.
Yeah, he said no David Robinson.
Manu over David Robinson.
Yeah, you see what he did right there? David over David.
David had what? 2 rings?
Yeah, and like 10 All-Stars and top 50 all time and
On,
MVP.
on the Dream Team.
All right, we're gonna go. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Dream Team.
On the Dream Team.
I love Manu, but come on.
I love Manu too.
Toronto Raptors. Vince Carter.
Vince and
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi or Lowry, Mike Lowry.
We got Bosch. You got Bosch.
Nah, I'm gonna go with Vince and Kyle.
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, Vince and Kyle.
I love the body of work Bosch had, but it's not like as it wasn't as consistent.
That's fair.
In terms of like Vince is obviously the best ever from the Raptors, but because he changed the culture of Canadian basketball. But Kyle's been there. Kyle has a ring, and he's been the same. He's been a multiple time All-Star just like Bosch has.
What about DeRozan? Just to put it out there, DeRozan.
Yeah, I love Debo, but
sorry,
it's not the same, man.
So we got Vince and Kyle Lowry. You agree, Denny?
100%.
Last one. No, 2 more. Utah Jazz.
Karl Malone, John Stockton. Next.
All right, next. Washington Wizards.
Michael Jordan.
Got it. And what, Larry Hughes?
Michael Jordan.
Wes Unseld.
And Wes Unseld.
And Gilbert Arenas.
No. Gilbert Arenas and Wes Unseld. That's fair.
Because you got this the same argument as Brandon Roy. Like that 4 years that Gilbert was doing what he was doing was
no. You saw the story with Gilbert talking about Kobe, right? You saw it, right? I love it. Love it. He said every time Kobe guards me, 1-4 flat. Yes.
So we got Gilbert and Wes Unseld.
Yeah, like.
I'm trying to think who else would be in the running. Like,
not in the
they had a few good teams. Butler, Jameson.
No, bro. No.
They had
Bradley
good.
Beal. You got Bradley Beal out there.
It's not enough time to talk about Bradley Beal right now.
Bradley Beal won't be there much longer. So,
but you want to put Luka right now for Dallas.
It's a conversation for a different day. There's a lot of different variables. You can't compare Luka to Bradley Beal. Is Bradley Beal average like has Bradley Beal ever passed out like more than 10 assists in his career?
Probably not.
And don't even put them in the same conversation, Randy.
Bradley's a better scorer, but
facts. But Luka's not a scorer. Luka's an all-around great player.
John Wall? Would you put John Wall in consideration? Ooh,
over Gilbert Arenas and Wes Unseld? No.
Dave, John Wall or Gilbert as a Washington Wizard.
John Wall wish he could do what Gilbert was doing. John Wall wishes he could do.
John Wall changed a lot for DC sports, bro.
100%.
I'm looking the numbers up.
No dispute. I'm just saying, as both players, if I'm comparing the two, John Wall doesn't have the near jump shot that Gilbert Arenas has.
John Wall in Washington, 5-time All-Star, right?
Mm-hmm.
16-8-4, 16-8-5, 19-8-4, 19-9-4, 18-10-5, 20-10-5, 23-11-4, 19-10-4.
It's cute. It's cute.
And he played 9 years with the Wizards.
Yeah.
Gilbert's only issue was just playing around with guns and making bad bets. And if that didn't happen, we're not even having this conversation. It's a silly conversation. The small body of work that Gilbert has is
you don't want guns in the locker room, so it's kind of.
So we got Wes Unseld and John Wall.
Go that route.
I'm just saying though, Danny. I mean, all right, Gilbert the Hibachi was the better character that everybody was liking back then, and give Kobe and the Lakers 60. I recall those, but longevity and more playoff appearances, I think, with John Wall on the roster than Gilbert.
It's cool, man. It's a lot of variables involved. Even if that's the case, it's a lot of variables involved.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Maybe
playoffs. They both made the playoffs, but I'm trying to see who made it more.
Maybe I just never saw John Wall do what Gilbert Arenas did in LA.
Yeah,
I've never seen. Now, mind you, John Wall's great. Give you 10, 15, 10 rebounds, 15 assists, 18, 19, 20 points. He's not going to give you anything over 25. Not that that's a problem. I'm just saying for the guy that plays the same position, Gilbert Arenas went out into LA and gave him 60. It's not even comparison.
Yeah. Hibachi was tough, man. One of the great nicknames of all time, Hibachi.
Yeah.
We down to one?
Nah, we're done. We're done. That was
We're done. That was it.
Oh,
That was it.
Man.
So I know Dave got to run. Dave, love you, man. Thank you. I appreciate everything you've done for me, the program, the tournament. You're always welcome on the show. I know you got to run, do some workouts, do what you do best. You can find Dave Zenon on Twitter at DavidZenon1. You can find Denny Blanco at I am Denny Blanco on both Instagram and Twitter. You can find me at Randy J. Cruz, RENDY, the letter J, CRUZ on both Instagram and Twitter. You can find the podcast on the Ball is Life Podcast Network on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube at the Cruise Control Podcast Network. Gentlemen, I love y'all, and thank you very much.
Take care, brother.